There's a threat in the world today. A threat to our way of living, a threat to our society, and maybe even a threat to our very existence. And what is this threat?
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world.
He is the one.
I am.
I am the ass.
He is.
And we are Black and White Sports.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we in here talking about practice.
How am I not found the best fighter in the world? You tell me.
Because you're retired?
I mean, I want to see your face when you ask him this question and the way you're going to ask it. Look a man in the eye before you try to kill him or make up something.
He went through my soul.
Hey, I'm not surprised.
Live from the Royal Blue Sports Bar, it's Wednesday night.
She messed it up.
Oh my gosh, that was great timing.
She got
right
like
there.
half of me.
Right there. Okay, hold on here. Hold on, folks. Megan, grab this and turn it. Hold the bottom and pull that this way just a little bit.
There you go.
Beautiful. Thank you, honey. Thank you, dear.
Hey.
We're good now.
Them
He
big
is
old
the
feet.
one.
I am.
I am the ass.
He is.
This is Black and White Sports Live, Wednesday night at Royal Blue Sports Bar, 8201 East Washington Street in Indianapolis. What is happening? You got some new apparel, huh?
I do.
He's
got
got some new
merch.
apparel. He's got some new merch, as Jasmine says. He's got new merch.
We got new merch.
Yes, $10. $10
$10.
make you holler.
$10 make you holler. Get you a nice black and white
Gotta
T-shirt.
yes, and you got to give it up for
Monsters of Dirt.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And they're running Checkers and Wreckers Pro Late Model Series, our All-Star Series tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Right after we go off, they come on, and it's a hell of a show.
We got Royce T. Anderson in the house tonight.
What up, Royce?
What up, homie? Yeah.
What's happening?
What's going on, bro?
There's a lot going on.
Sports
this
is
is
big.
this is wow. Where do you want to start?
We can start by sending shout-outs.
Shout-outs is always good.
Shout-outs is always good. You know, we're going to give a shout-out to our brothers, Tommy Boy and Howdy.
Howdy.
Over at Checkers and Wreckers. So if you're into anything that burns the rubber and turns left.
Wow.
I've never gotten that right. I butcher it every time. I'm probably have to write it down.
Drive fast.
Try fast.
Shift hard.
Shift hard.
And keep the rubber on the road.
I knew there was some rubber in there somewhere.
There you go. I still can't get over the wonderful bartender Megan hitting the mic or hitting the
Yeah,
I just did. We
She's
love
modeling
you. It's all
tonight.
good.
She's modeling.
Yes, she is
brand new
modeling
merch.
the BWSPORTS1 T-shirt. We thank you, appreciate it, and yeah,
Are we? What's going on?
we're good.
All right.
We're good.
Okay. We just not
What up?
moving.
No, we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
All right.
We're
Oh,
good.
okay. There we go. All right. Ooh.
Moving.
And also, we'd like to throw our shouts out to our fabulous provider of our network,
Boom.
Mr. John Wayne Buzzard, over at First Financial Bank off of 96th Street. Yes, on just going into Carmel.
It's not Carmel.
Well, no, it's Indianapolis. He's on the Indianapolis side, but you have to
He
go into Carmel to get to it.
This is no.
This
This
is the new,
is not
it's the
true.
new roundabout. Yes, the new roundabout.
I don't believe you.
Yes, I believe I was just there.
I don't believe.
I was
still
just
don't
there
believe
picking
you.
up new shirts.
Still don't believe you.
Okay, but anyway, he is the sole one.
Soul power.
Yeah, he is the sole loan officer for small business for First Financial. So if you are like us, are starting small business, doing your own thing, trying to get your own name out there, he's a perfect guy to go talk to about small business loans and anything of those nature. So go holler at John Wayne Buzzard over at First Financial Bank.
That was
It'll
too
get you
quick
taken
for me
care
to hit the button. So.
of. Yeah, it was. It was. So,
All right, so to the talk of the night.
Well, there's a whole bunch.
I don't know. Yeah, where do you want to start?
Well, let's start off
Just a tip.
Here's a question that I have. Not just a tip. No music yet.
Okay.
So I know last week the sports headlines were pretty much dominated with the baseball.
Yep.
And out of all this has been going on, the wife and I, we were sitting down, chit-chatting about this. And we were riding to work, chit-chatting about it. And I said, that sounds kind of funny that only management and executives are being suspended or banned or whatever you want to call it. But if I'm not mistaken, didn't the players have to execute this elaborate scheme?
Exactly.
So why hasn't there been any players?
There has.
So
I can't remember the guy's name, but he went to the A's, and he brought it out about the Astros.
Right. Okay, so why are there any players being suspended, being banned, being investigated? Because, I mean, it can't just be the manager.
No.
I mean, the hitter has to understand the noise that he's been hearing to know what to do.
Right.
So
I agree.
That questions me. And then we also were chit-chatting.
Would you want to pick somebody up? Would you want to pick somebody up from the Astros that you knew had something to do that actually executed whatever they were doing at that time?
Pick them up as in what?
Free agent or traded for them or just signed them or whatever.
At this point, that's like saying, would you
I'm just
take the
asking,
trade for Barry Bonds?
I'm just asking.
I mean, me as a GM, probably not.
No.
But I want to know why these players are not like Altuve. You know what I mean? Why are you not? Because, I mean, your numbers were ridiculous.
Yes.
Hitting against these pitchers.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's just a question. But
I don't know. I agree with you. You know, I'm not saying that I'm sitting there condoning what they did. You know, they should be given responsibility to them as well.
Right.
But we'll see if it happens.
It seems like the players are really getting off on this. And then she posed another question for me. And it kind of deals with New England in the same way. I'm trying to remember exactly how it went down. But we were talking as so much going on here.
The wheels are spinning, folks.
But we were talking as in, so why is it that is any different from the New England scandal? Because you said, as in me, that all teams in the NFL do some type of recording to other teams. New England was just the ones that got caught.
No.
So she says, so what's the difference in that being in this situation in baseball and players stealing signs? Well, players stealing signs has always been a part of baseball, but it's been the players. Like, you're on second base and you see something that the pitcher's doing for a particular sign, and you go relay that to your other players.
That's different.
That's different than you having a person in the stands with a camera and a drum or whatever banging.
Dude, I feel like deja vu right now.
Why?
Because it's either we said this exact same thing last week or I dreamt it.
Well, we probably
I'm
did.
in the Matrix.
I mean, we were talking about it, so obviously. So I want to know, I mean, she wanted to know what was the difference.
There is none. I mean, is there?
As in, between the norm of players stealing signs and
player stealing signs is always going to happen.
Right.
Technology using it to do it from center field and then smack a bat or whatever. Come on, get over it. It shouldn't happen. That's just I don't know, the way of the world now, dude. It is. It's the way of the fucking world. So dropped it.
Wow,
dollar bill.
That was like
dollar bill, y'all.
That was like immediate.
Yep.
10 minutes in and
Nope.
he's already F-bombed.
I did. I had to once. I had to once.
You had to once.
Got to get it out.
But since we're on the baseball thing.
Oh, boy.
I don't know how many of you baseball fans are out there chirping in today or
Who's
tonight.
all baseball fans here? Anybody baseball fans?
Baseball? No baseball fans?
Yes, no, a little bit.
All right. So we had the Hall of Fame voting the last few days of releasing of, the or the players that or the people who are going in the Hall of Fame for baseball.
Yep.
And the captain, Derek Jeter, was up.
Yep.
All right. And, pretty much,
He gets in.
Pretty much
Yeah,
from
he's
his
in.
5th year, everybody knew that Derek Jeter was a Hall of Famer.
Correct.
It was just like, all right, when is he getting in? So it was like, when is he going to retire?
Correct.
And then when he's going to get in. So, I'd like to know, I don't know exactly how the voting works because you have so many people on the ballot and you have to get a percentage or whatever. So I'm assuming that one person who is a voter has the opportunity to vote for more than one person. Not quite sure how that all works, but it came up to Derek Jeter getting, I think it was 367 votes out of the 368.
Who's the dumbass who did not vote for Jeter?
I mean, really. I mean, honestly. How could you?
And on top of that, I mean, I'm biased on this one, of course. My favorite player of all time, Mr. King Griffey Jr., gets in. Who's the 3 dumbasses that said no?
Yeah, I want to know what you could have possibly thought of in your head to say, I don't think I'm going to vote Derek Jeter into the Hall of Fame.
Take a gun to your head, shoot yourself.
Who was else on the ballot that you said, you know what, I'm going to vote for him
Instead of Derek Jeter,
the captain? Then he got like 5 rings.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's a lot, but he's the captain.
a Yankee, I can.
It's just like, listen, I got a buddy, DJ. I don't know if he's watching or not
He's
tonight.
got a buddy.
Sorry. We're on the tape. We got a buddy, DJ.
We got a buddy.
He is, I don't know if he's watching. I haven't seen his name pop up, but he comes in every now and then.
Yeah. Red Sox.
He's a Red Sox fan. I mean, like, diehard. He would talk crap about any Yankee that is Yankee-fied. This guy, I want to know, would you not vote for Derek Jeter? I'm going to say he's going to vote.
Yes. Even being a Red Sox fan.
Why would you? I mean, let alone. And then we go back to the kid. We go back to Ken Griffey. Ken Griffey has probably got the most beautiful swing
Ever.
that I've ever seen in the game of baseball.
King Griffey Jr. is the best player to ever play the game just purely. If that makes sense to you and any of you listening, King Griffey Jr. played the game the most purely.
I don't know. The guy we talk about right now has an argument with that. The captain was nice, man.
King Griffey Jr. is the best, is the most pure baseball player ever.
And the captain was above. He did not allow any egos on his team. 0. And they come back with brass. You know what I mean? They got a lot of pennants to go behind his claim, as you know what I mean. That dude was nice, but look, I am a Griffey fan.
Who you gonna pick up? You gonna pick Griffey or Jeter?
I'll probably.
If you had to pick one or the other as your last pick, who would you pick?
I'll probably pick Jeter.
See, I'd pick Griffey.
I pick Jeter, and I'm gonna tell you why, because his durability.
And that's what shuns Junior on his legacy.
Yeah. Because he got injured. Because I'm telling you, if the Cincinnati team that he was a part of had the Griffey of early in
oh man, we would have got another
in Seattle, y'all would probably won 2 or 3.
At least one.
At
I'll
least
give you
one. I mean, at least one. I mean,
Yes.
he was that good.
Yes, when that Larkin team, when it was Larkin, Griffey, Dunn. No, I don't know if Larkin was still there or not. He may have retired already, but that was a good team.
Yeah.
Late 90s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that's the only thing that knocks Ken a little bit. Is his injury bug. But
Like I
I
said,
think
I'm
if
biased on it.
Yeah, I think if he stays healthy majority, because I'm not saying the captain didn't get hurt, but his hurts didn't linger season after season.
Right.
You know what I mean? But with Ken, I think if he stays, 75% injury-free for most of his career, a lot of hitting records would have belonged to him. I will say that.
Okay. I agree.
I mean, there was nothing pure at the plate than Ken Griffey, because it was like
Would you say that again?
pure at the plate than Mr. Griffey. Larkin was there. So says John.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's a pretty nice shirt, John.
Where are you at, John?
You know what I mean? I kind of look good in black too, bro. I'm just picking at you, bro. I'm just picking at you.
Yeah, by the way, John Etheridge, you need to send me your address and shirt size, please. So.
Oh, yes. And by the way, we do have merch. We have these nice black
We have
and
merch.
white
We
sports
do.
T-shirts.
Right there. $10, make you holla.
$10, make you holla. Hit us up on the website or inboxes, and we'll see what we can do for you.
Yep. And I tell you what, we're going to do a little giveaway. How about we get everybody to subscribe? Go to the website, subscribe to the newsletter with your email, and we will put everybody in a giveaway for a T-shirt.
What about the persons who've already subscribed?
Everybody. Everybody.
Okay.
Everybody.
Everybody. Shake your body.
Everybody.
He said, what size? Oh, I'm a fatty. 3X, 4X would be good. You know what I mean? I kind of like room. I got to let
He's
my
a little
man.
tall.
I got to let my man boobs hang.
He's a little tall.
So they probably don't want to hear about that. So, what else do we got? Any more baseball? So we just swipe. I know the talk should be coming up pretty good right now because they just finished the owners meeting, right? So they
Get ready
got
for spring training here in about 4.5 weeks.
Sounds about right, about a month. Yeah, because it's normally snow in some
right.
places.
That's why they're all over they're in
Yeah.
Arizona and Texas and stuff like that.
All right,
Cincinnati
so cool.
goes to Arizona.
Awesome. That's
It
awesome.
is.
Yeah, dry heat.
Right.
And so is an oven.
Boom.
All right, so what's next up on the docket, sir?
Well, I tell you what, you were talking about that good old merch. I want to tell you about where you can get this merch as far as your own merch made. If you go to Above Printing Concepts, with their inexpensive printing and embroidery, Above Printing Concepts will make sure your next T-shirt, hat, coffee mug, and all kinds of other products will look professional. Contact Above Printing Concepts, 5405 Madison Avenue, 317-258-3182. That is 317-258-3182. Above Printing Concepts, the official printer of BWSPORTS1. Official. Bam!
We need hats.
It's coming.
We need hats.
Coming.
We need like a
People
cool,
buy some shirts.
we
We
need
can
to-
make some hats. Then you guys can get some hats, and then we'll make something else.
Well, we need hats to debut first.
That's besides the point.
Right.
Yeah.
We get a little colorful little logo, too.
We'll get 'em.
You know what I mean? Like old bubble letters or something.
He can do it. Cash is the man.
Cash. All right, so you want to talk football? You want to talk a little basketball?
Well, let's talk a little football because there's less talk about football than there is basketball right now.
You are correct.
All right. So,
Or do you want to talk about Connor?
we could talk about Connor. You want to give him now?
We'll get Connor now. You want to talk about football? What do y'all want to talk about?
Let's talk about football.
Who's the first person? First person
First
listening.
person to say something.
Football or Connor? There
There we go. Football or Connor. Football or Connor. We're going to say roll the dice.
Oh. What's up, Mara?
Uh-oh. She missed what we just said, or she'd be saying something smart-ass.
All right. So we are down to 15 seconds to see what we talk about. Connor or football? Connor or football?
Boom, 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 boom. And roll the dice, basketball. John Etheridge, you got to stay tuned because we're coming basketball because we got a lot to talk about in that. So we got to get something in there before.
For a man so intelligent.
Football, boom. Michael Reisner.
There you
Reisner.
go. For a man so intelligent, how could he not follow instructions?
Who? Oh, John.
Right. Just pick it up.
God love you.
All right, so football it is.
All right, we're going to talk about football.
So we're down to the Final Four.
We are down to the Final Four last weekend.
And just, we're down to the Final Two. Right.
Wow.
Yeah. We're down to the Final Two. And here's a little tidbit for you.
Just a tip.
Did you know that the one wore a jersey for both teams in the Super Bowl?
Wow.
Who will the one pick?
I'm going to say 49ers will win the Super Bowl.
I have no idea.
I think 49ers will do it. I think it's going to be a lot less offense than people think. I'm going to you bet your ass.
Yeah, there it is.
You bet your ass I'm going to pick San Fran to win the Super Bowl, and I'm going to pick the under 56, I think it is.
The under 56?
Yep.
Okay.
I think I'm going to pick the under 56.
You know what?
And San Fran to win.
I think I'm going to do something like the Puppy Bowl. I'm going to put both of the jerseys up. I'm going to put my Christian Okoye jersey in this area. And I'm going to put my Ronnie Lott jersey
and you're going to see which one Duchess pisses on first?
Wow. No, I'm going to see which jersey she goes to. And that's who I'm picking for the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And we might just have to do a live video.
You're going to have to do a live video. Nobody's going to believe you if you don't do a live video. You're going to have to do a live video.
So I'm going to need some help with the wife and the boy on that so we can get this nice and set up for the picks for the Super Bowl. This would be great. That's cool.
What are you doing?
I just thought about it.
You got any game Saturday night before the Super Bowl? Find that out.
I do not have a game. You mean for McNasty?
Mactastic, yes.
I do not have we do not have a game Saturday night for the Super Bowl. All of our games now are during the week. She only got 3 games left.
Gotcha.
I think we have Pike. We got at Pike on Friday. Then we got home to Cathedral on Tuesday. Then the last game of the year before sectional is Ben Davis at Ben Davis.
That'll be a good game.
Yeah, they all should be pretty good games.
Yeah.
I know the loss to Fishers for varsity last night was a tough one, but a buddy of mine, their daughter, his daughters, twin daughters, play there. It's a really good team. I think there's another young lady on that team, Katie, that I've been involved with the basketball team when I coached the Scott Diggs team. So it was nice to see those young ladies play well. The Carmel varsity, they was just a little step slow last night. I think they had won, I think it was 10 in a row, 9, 10 in a row. So they were, just a little step back, but I think they're going to be one of the hotter teams that are going into the state tournament coming up here in the next 2-3 weeks.
Okay.
So it should be pretty good. And
cool.
McNasty in her last 3 games.
Is nasty.
3 double-doubles.
She's awesome, man.
Yeah,
if you guys are up in the north side or wherever they're playing away, I would go check them out.
Killing it. It's a nice program. They got a nice lineup for what they have. I think they only have one senior, and that's Eddie Gill's daughter, Kiera.
Okay.
And she's the only senior. So we got a couple juniors and a load of sophomore and freshmen coming in. So they got a lot of talent.
Gotcha.
So, but anyway, we were supposed to be talking about football.
Talk about football. I gave my prediction. You gave your prediction.
But this game is going to be really exciting.
It is.
Because I was talking
defensively.
Offensively too.
Nope.
I was talking to a friend of mine.
Watch.
And it looks like this game is going to be good for reasons like you got two offenses that can score ridiculously, and you have two defenses that can stop offenses from scoring.
Right.
So at this point, it's almost like which one of those defenses is going to be just a little bit better than the other. I like San Francisco's defense in that particular matchup.
Yeah.
Because San Francisco's defense, they've played more of a different style of teams that have prepared them to play different. You know, like they beat the run and pound with Green Bay, and they beat the outscoring teams.
So you're saying the NFC is the better conference?
Well, the NFC is clearly the better conference. I mean, I completely agree with that. But
coming from an AFC fan.
Oh, yeah, it's a completely better conference. I mean, that's like the NBA. The West is killing the East.
Well, yeah.
So I like San Francisco's defense in that particular matchup, but the X factor I see in that matchup is Patrick Mahomes. This guy's out.
He's good.
Freaking standing.
He's good.
I mean, a whole lot of talk. Yeah, he's real good. A whole lot of talk has been about Lamar Jackson this season because Lamar Jackson's been doing things that quarterbacks don't do. You know, the way he runs and the precision that he has and the accuracy that he has on throwing the football. But we forget Patrick Mahomes was doing that last year. And we forget Patrick Mahomes was doing that this year.
All year.
You know what I mean? And he's played against some tough defenses. So, I mean, I don't know. I think the X factor right now is there's two X factors in my book that leads me to pick Kansas City, but obviously I'm going to let the dog pick.
You have to do that live.
Right, yeah, I will.
Okay.
I will. But Patrick Mahomes and all of his talents that no one thought of he had coming out of Texas Tech.
Right.
And Andy Reid. Andy Reid, I think, is an X factor in this particular because of his excellence on offense and his play calling, and he has 2 weeks to prepare. And I just think that the Shanahan boy is just a tad bit young. I mean, I just said the damn guy's name, Andy Reid. Man, he plays. He plays with the big boys.
He does.
You know what I mean? You play with the big and Shanahan.
He played
your daddy
with the
played
Eagles.
with the big boys, but
Played with the Eagles for 14. Or he didn't play. He coached the Eagles for 14 years.
At some point, coaching experience will play a factor in this game.
I don't know.
But I also like the brash, young, unaware, unafraid attitude that some of these young coaches have. Shanahan, your boy in Los Angeles, golf's coach.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like some of the
McVay.
McVay. Some of these younger guys, these younger coaches, they excite the game.
Right.
But when it comes to winning championships, man, you can't. These old dudes just seem to be the ones that just keep winning.
Let me tell you something. So since I know about Andy Reid,
and you do,
a little bit too much, but I don't hate the guy. He was a hell of a coach. He gave us, 4 straight NFC championships. Just never got us the ring. Okay, I get it. And Spygate. And I don't know. There's just something about Andy Reid that I don't know if he's going to pull it out. Here's my 2 keys, okay? You got San Francisco's defense that hopefully for them can put Mahomes in check. They're going to have to make him do stuff that he's not necessarily used to doing because it's the NFC game. It's that NFC defense. Mm-hmm. The second key factor and the biggest factor of all will be Kansas City's defense that hasn't been there all year, that has been sloppy, that has shown much potential, but has not really given what they really have.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes, sir. So I think if Kansas City wants to win the game, Kansas City's going to have to do it on defense. Period.
You think they're capable of doing that?
I think they have the potential, yes. But I think San Francisco's defense will do more to Mahomes to stop him from scoring like he's normally felt over the past many weeks. And I think San Francisco prevails. I'm going to say San Francisco wins 26-24.
Wow. That's a nice one.
26-24, low-scoring game for these two offenses.
So, obviously, I can't make a pick.
You got to let the dog pick.
You got to let the dog pick it. So
what? You can pick the score. You pick the score right now. You don't have to pick the team. Just pick the score.
32-26.
32-26. So you're going with the over with everybody else.
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to stick with the under.
You just asked me to give you a score. You just say anything about think about the over or the under.
Over-under is the score. That's what it is. It's not who wins. It's the score.
I get that. But you asked me what's the score. You just say, hey, are you going to do the over-under?
What's your over-under? If you pick the score.
Apparently now it's over.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you pick a score.
Now it's over.
If you pick a score, you're telling me, that you're picking the over. I picked the under earlier, so I knew. I was like, all right, let me think of the score. 26-24. That's going to get him 50 points.
Yeah. All right, so you want to talk about the Pro Bowl?
I want to talk about where we're at again.
Okay.
Where are we at again?
We're on the east side.
We're on the east side. Royal Blue Sports Bar.
We're at on the east side.
Royal Blue Sports Bar.
We're at on the east side.
8201 East Washington Street.
What's the name of the place?
Just off of 465 in East Washington, exit 46.
46.
That's right.
46.
That's right.
Awesome. You can come down here. They're attached to the wing stop. So you
and
can
you
get
can
some
meet
wings.
the new GM.
You can meet the new GM. Our
Yes.
fabulous bartender.
She's here.
Yes, she is. She's slinging drinks.
Slinging drinks in the BWSPORTS1 T-shirt.
She's talking to the homies.
She's talking to the homies. Slinging drinks in the BW1 T-shirt. Get yours now, $10, or subscribe to the website, and you will be put in a drawing for a T-shirt. There you go.
That was a good reason why I wasn't watching.
All right, now we're done with football. Let's get a little counter in. Did you see the fight?
The infamous, the notorious.
Did you see the whole 40
fight?
seconds?
Well, yeah, on Twitter. I did. I watched it on Twitter. Because we were playing with the fire stick, trying to pull it up.
Your wife was playing with your fire stick, huh?
Yes. But we couldn't. It wouldn't pull up the fight. So it kept doing crazy stuff.
That's what happens when you hit 40-something.
And then next thing you
oh, shoot.
And then next thing you know, it was over. I said, yep. I said, hey, man, that fight's over.
Yep.
She said, I'm glad we didn't pay for that.
Right? Yeah, I don't,
I'm sorry, Michael Hanowski. Did I say that right?
Hanowski?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, bro, because he paid for it. He's hot.
He was. He was
hot.
He was on fire.
He's hot.
He was on fire. All right, so Conor McGregor goes in, clinches with Cerrone, shoves his shoulder right into his nose on the second one.
Is that legal?
Yeah.
I was just asking.
Oh, it's totally legal. He hit him with one. And then he hit him with a second one that split his nose open. Then the third one hit his eye and busted his eye. Then he grazed him with a fourth one and kind of got rid of Cerrone came back and got rid of him. And then Cerrone throws this weak-ass head kick, and I'm like, what was that?
A weak-ass head kick.
Next thing I know, Conor throws his own and cuts him right across the fucking chin.
Which was not a weak-ass head kick.
Was not. Ooh, what we got over there?
So, wow.
Looks like it.
So,
I'm good right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to get the hiccups right now.
So
hiccups and right now would not be good.
Then it'll be peeing.
Yeah.
So
Really trying not to.
I saw something that said Conor threw 20 punches, 20 strikes,
And connected.
and landed on 19.
Yep. Beat his ass is what he did.
Listen. I saw the interview in the ring with Joe Rogan at the after the fight. Cowboy face looked like he went 5 rounds, bro.
For 40 seconds.
40 seconds, his face looked like he went. He didn't land a punch. He didn't land anything.
Nothing.
Nothing.
So,
Michael Hanowski, our friend, our betting guy, he says Cowboy Cerrone is a company man and has always been a company man. And I think this was his largest purse that he's ever received. So, did Cowboy lay down for the greater good of the reputation of the UFC and Conor McGregor?
what did you say? Hold on. Now, see, you can't ask me a question right in the middle of I'm typing something. What did you just say?
I said.
I'm listening.
Well, how far back do I need to go?
Just about like 20 seconds.
Okay, so I need to rewind the tape to go right back to
Yes.
our friend Michael Hanowski.
What was the question that you asked at the end?
The question I asked at the end. So if, to Michael's claim, Cerrone has always been a company man.
Yes, I heard that
So
part.
did
What came
Cerrone,
after that?
So did Cerrone, with him getting this largest purse of his career, did he lay down for the greater good of the company? Or did Conor just come up there and beat that ass?
I hate when people say that fighters can do that, and I don't know. It's a possibility, but I would really hope not. I just hope he just got his ass whooped, and that's it, and that's that.
I mean, they were all lovey-dovey after the fight, man.
Well, they were lovey-dovey. They were doing that lovey-dovey shit at the weigh-ins and at the press conference, so I don't know. I think Cerrone, honestly, maybe overlooked him. Even though it is Conor, I think that he actually overlooked Conor at that weight class and everything, and that's what happened.
Because I agree with you, because I know I did. I was looking at the fact, because I know I probably told you guys, I was looking at the fact that all the trouble he's had in the last 2.5 years, the loss and all the stuff that he was going through. I didn't think he was really focused on that fight. I didn't really get the intensity that we normally get from Conor. I know everybody grows up, everybody has a change, but I didn't get that confidence feel that you normally get from Conor. But the difference is when Conor walked through that ring and that nice-ass purple suit, Conor had that confidence.
Yeah.
Then I was kind of, I don't know. Might not look good, you know,
Right.
but I didn't think it'd be 40 seconds.
I thought, honestly, well, hell, you see me put out, and I picked it last week. I thought Cowboy was going to catch him in the second round. I thought they were going to go toe-to-toe in the first round. I thought that second round they come in and they start, figuring out where they want to be and all that, and then just kind of Conor would get caught by one of Cerrone's punches. Well, no, that didn't even have a chance to happen.
Nah, it was pretty bad.
Nothing.
So, I want to mention that our buddy here, The Ass, wrote a fabulous article about that situation.
Thank you.
That very next morning, Sunday morning. And he put it out Sunday morning. I read it. It was very good.
Say that again?
I read it. Yes, I read. They told me a little more than just shooting jump shots. I read it. I was
Say Wheezy, baby, what's happening?
I was very pleased. It was very good. If you haven't read it yet, go ahead and jump on the website. We do have the link up on the page. Go ahead and click on it and check out my man's writing. It was a pretty good story, and he brought up some interesting questions, which takes us into our next form of MCA.
He's thinking MCL because he's over 40 and trying to get that buffet.
All right.
Well, that's not a buffet.
This is just a tip.
Just a tip.
MCL is the shit, bro.
It is. It is. But it's not as good as Shapiro's.
No, but MCL is the shit. You know what I'm saying? Where else could you go get a good granny conversation, a nice fried chicken and some mashed potatoes?
That's true.
Or you can go to Grace.
Ooh. Man, we need to go there.
Hey, wife, guess where we're going this weekend? But anyway, that's a whole nother story.
Who do you have as the next fight for Conor?
That's what we were getting to.
Okay. Is it Khabib? Is it Nate Diaz? Or is it Jorge Masvidal? Myself personally, I agree with Hanowski on this. I totally agree with Hanowski on this. I think that no, I don't. Hold on here. I'm trying to, no, I don't. No,
While he's thinking,
nope.
The wife
Go
was
ahead.
correct.
What?
Conor still had the best suit ever.
Man, I had a
The
dull
suit-
moment for a second.
The suit with all the fuck yous on it.
Yeah, that was good.
That was
There's
great.
$1.
Yes, that's
Make a
fine.
miler, folks.
I was quoting. So
No, I don't agree with Hanowski because he says he wanted to see Khabib and Conor fight and Masvidal and Usman fight. I don't think Conor deserves a Khabib fight yet.
No.
I think that
He's got to work his way back up.
I think Jorge Masvidal has been long overdue for a title fight against Usman or against anybody, but now Usman has it. I think Masvidal should be the next one to fight him. Yes. I do not agree with Conor versus Khabib right now. I think, honestly, the fight you should make is the trilogy. Get it out of the way now because when you want to do it later, it's going to be too late. They're going to be, both busted up, not in their prime. You're going to see like a Tito and Chuck 4, and that was some bullshit. I don't know. So,
yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with you on that. I don't feel that Conor should have a shot at Khabib at the moment.
no.
Khabib beat you. You got to, I mean, just like in the rules of boxing. You know what I mean? You lose your title fight or you lose your title.
Work your way back.
You got to work your way back up. There's other guys that's hungry, too, that's
all this
waiting for their spot. You got to fight your way back up.
All of this instant rematch, just because I've held the title means that I get an instant rematch with you and your next fight's against me because I want my title back. No, you shouldn't have fucking lost it in the first place.
That's two. And I agree. I completely agree with you. Boxing normally stuck to that. At some point in time in the late 90s, the early 2000s, boxing started doing that stuff. That you lost your title fight, you get an automatic. They was writing
because
it in.
that's the king.
Yeah, because
Yes,
they started writing
king.
it in their contracts with these fights. Like, well, if I lose, I get an immediate title fight. No. If you lose, you go down. You go back to the to the bottom.
And if you don't want to fight, we're going to strip your title from you. So you're not going to have it anyway. So you're going to play by our rules and get. That's something that has some. It's kind of like the whole free agency holdout type stuff on certain aspects of like the NFL players. It's exactly the same thing. You're making the shots. The owners aren't. The people that's making the business aspects of it. And I'm not taking anything away from the athletes. I think the athletes should get paid for what they deserve and what they do and all this, that, and the other. But when is too much, too much? Just like in MMA or fighting, when is too much to get an instant rematch against the person that you just lost the belt to? You lost.
I agree. I agree 100% with you. I mean, you lose. I mean, just like when you're at the park. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your team lost. You off.
Yeah, you're off court.
You're off the court. You don't like we lost. We won 5 games in a row. we lost this game, so
No, we're
we
sitting.
get to get back on the court because we play y'all right back because we run it back because we won 5 in a row. No, you lost. Sit your ass down.
Take your
next
shot.
team up.
Yep. And same. I agree.
Yeah. So I mean,
All right.
there's a
That was just the tip
that was just the tip
of the new full combat fighting show from Black and White Sports.
We should do that.
I am.
Good. Because I mean, we're branching off, man, because I like to do a boxing. I got some guys, man, that are really hot in the boxing.
Combat, let's get them in.
Yeah, that's some boxing, man. We get Lewis in there talking about boxing.
Yep.
You know what? Lewis is my
Hold
guy.
on. I love Lewis. I'm gonna do an impression of Lewis. I can see him talking about boxing. He's gonna be like this. Man, look, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Love you, brother.
As much as I would say that with him, I'd rather have the
That's
wife.
coming up, Mike. That's coming up.
I'd rather have the wife, Khadijah,
Yes, it did. Look,
talking about boxing.
Oh, yeah. I believe that. Michael Reisner says the Kansas State fight lasted longer than the Conor fight.
Yes, it did.
And we're getting into that.
Yeah, buddy. But, you know what I mean? So that'll be fun to sit down and talk about some fights because there's some big fights coming up, man.
Yep.
That Tyson Fury, the Deontay Wilder.
That should be good.
Gonna be. That's almost.
That's in about 4 weeks.
That's almost worth me be like, you know what?
I got to go watch that.
Might want to buy that one. That's gonna be.
Boxing's like $120.
I mean, but with that,
like
I know. We might have to figure out my
Ridiculous.
bootleg fire stick. I don't give a fuck. You might have to figure out.
Oh, I don't have to do that. I just do this.
But yeah, I gotta watch that, man. Since I'm not gonna be in Vegas to watch it, but I gotta watch.
One of these days, we're gonna be in Vegas and we're gonna be watching
because
the fight.
man, that takes me back to, my.
I'm gonna feel like Max Kellerman. Hey, I'm sitting ringside now for King Griffey IV and Bubba Walters.
I don't know, man. A fight like that, a big heavyweight fight like that, takes me back to my youth, my kid days, man, when my parents. My mom and my stepdad would order these fights, man, and we just sit there, be 10, 20, 30 people in the crib. Mama done hooked up some good snack food, and this fights just
We just watching them.
Oh,
and
I miss those
thumping
days.
each other.
I miss, man. The fighting was
thumping each other, and then you get to the Tyson fight, and
over. And you mad you didn't pay 50. See, this is how old we are. This is how old I am. I remember when the pay-per-view boxing was $50.
I do remember that.
You know what I mean? You just paid $49.95
That's when cable was
on
cable.
Comcast for this Tyson fight, and it was over in 48 seconds.
Right?
Man.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see boxing get back to that glory. I mean, right now there's enough boxing on ESPN and Fox, man, that you can get back into it. I mean, the middleweight class with Crawford, that's a hard-hitting class. These guys are really good.
Right.
Who's the fight that's coming up? Pacquiao and is it Pernell Whitaker? No, it's not him. It's another guy. I forgot who it is. A light-skinned guy with braids, like real big name, but it's still a older fighter. Oh my God! If anybody knew that.
Yeah, I don't remember. I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name.
And I was just seeing it the other day, and I was mad because I wanted to talk about it. There goes the police down Washington Street.
Fitting. It happens. Good old Indianapolis.
Oh, I'll probably have to look that up. But, yeah, that's going to be a decent fight. I mean, there's some couple guys that's out there that's nice right now. So,
yeah, there is.
I like to see it. So,
well,
I mean, especially with the fact that MMA has been kind of slacking a little bit when they got over to Reebok and ESPN.
Don't get me started on that shit again because that's ridiculous. They screwed the fighters, man. They were making what they wanted. They were like independent contractors. They should have left them at that. You shouldn't have been coming in with a full sponsor like that and demanding your fighters who are, making the money for you pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not pretty much, they are.
Yeah.
You can't do that, man. You got to let them make their money.
That's like
you didn't pay that. You're not paying everybody enough to make up for that.
Right. That's like boxing. All of a sudden, just who makes the shorts for boxing? Popular brand. Boxing shorts. I mean, they're all. I forgot. I mean, it just goes a brand for. Because there's always on their shorts. I mean, it was a
Tidal.
No, it wasn't them. Well, that could be an example. That's just like saying all of boxing went to Tidal.
Right.
Like you can't do anything unless you have to wear this.
Right.
Yeah, you're gonna lose so much money.
They haven't supposedly, and we're seeing these fights. McGregor's getting paid buku money. Cerrone supposedly got paid buku money.
But you see the difference in the purse though. So he got like what, $250,000. Conor got like a couple mil.
Yep. He made what was it? $2 million a second. He won $80 million. He got $80 million for that fight.
And
that's the supposed. Who knows really?
But see, and I look at this, and I know you think this was a bullshit ass fight because it was a bullshit ass fight.
What, the Mayweather?
Yeah, I mean it was a bullshit fight. But I'm looking at it like this. Mayweather netted almost $200 million from that fight. Conor McGregor got what? Like, how much did Conor get off that fight? What? No, Gregor got like $200 million off that fight, right?
They both got like a lot of fucking money.
I mean, I think Floyd got, since he was it was a production company or whatever, so I think he got like $400 to $500 million off that fight. Conor got about $200 million off that fight. Am I not correct with those numbers?
He got a lot of money. I don't know what he got. He got a lot of fucking money.
So you lose and you get $200 million. Then you come over to MMA, you win a bullshit fight and get 80, and this guy loses and gets 200,000, and you say that all the fighters get paid?
Right.
The fuck out of here.
I'm with you. But Reebok's paying us, man.
I mean, and then you look at it.
You see Dana White's got a new fucking suit every week.
I mean, listen, who the hell wears Reebok anymore? I'm just saying. I'm going to look at everybody's shoe in this bar. There's 10 people in the bar.
I don't
see one pair of Reebok on.
I don't see Reebok.
You know what I'm saying? I've been to 17 high school girls' games.
How many
or at
have
least
Reebok?
17 for Carmel. I have yet to see one team in Reebok. It's either been Under Armour, Nike, or Adidas.
Yep.
I went to a couple of high school football games.
Did you ever see Reebok?
No Reebok.
Well,
I'm watching NFL. I see all Jordan cleats, Nike cleats, Adidas cleats.
Right.
New Balance cleats.
Under Armour.
I watch the NBA.
Michigan's losing, by the way.
Not paying attention.
I had to take the shot.
Not paying attention. I watched the NBA game. I haven't seen anybody with a Reebok contract since Iverson.
Well.
So where's all this money coming from? I don't see nobody walking around with some Conor McGregor.
You know where the money coming from?
Conor McGregor Reebok shirts, but I saw people walk around with tap-out shirts.
Bud Light. Tap-out. Oh, don't get me started.
That's just a name that I remember.
Oh, please.
You know what I'm saying? That was.
I saw
people. I was getting there. Saw people running around with Inner Beast shirts. I don't see nobody running around with no MMA Reebok shirts.
I agree. But
just
besides the ones you got to wear to the cage.
Just putting it out there.
All right.
I don't see no chicks walking around in Reebok sports bras.
So we haven't had a show since this happened. So I gotta say it for all my Green Bay Packer fans out there. The Mexican word of the day is cheesehead. I asked my wife if the Packers made it to the Super Bowl, and she said no. Sorry. Had to throw it out there. Yeah, had to throw it out there. God love you, Howdy.
I don't know. I'll be some friend. Hey, John. What's going on, buddy?
Where you at?
Where you at, buddy? So I guess that leaves us with basketball.
Ba-da-da-da. Brought to you by our super agent, Mary A. House, 317-410. Shit. 5465. No, I better not say that. Hold on here, folks. God, I did it again. Damn it. Oh.
So while he's pulling up
6456. That was close. 317-410-6456. Call Mary A. House. Buying, selling a home. She is BW1. Shit. I start to sound like you guys now. BWSPORTS1's official real estate agent.
everybody needs an official real estate agent. So if you're looking to upgrade, lateral move, anything with housing, go holler at our super chick, Mary New.
There you go. Mary what?
New house.
Wow. That was more terrible than my cheese head.
Not really.
Yeah. It was, yeah. Anyway, let's move on to basketball.
So, apparently, today is a holiday.
And what would that holiday be?
The first game played by Zion Williamson.
Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da.
I really want to swipe left on this.
You know, I did see somebody say on the comment, what I've been saying for a long time is Greg Oden 2.0.
Yeah.
There it went.
I'm hoping that the Pelicans approach this situation not like Portland approached it with Greg Oden, but like how Philly approached it with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. I think if they take the Philly route, they might be able to figure something out to get him slimmed down a little bit where he can still be explosive and still be effective.
I don't know.
He's going to have to make changes to his game. I don't want him to take the Portland route and just throw him back out there when he's not ready.
He's not ready.
I mean, I don't know. I get it. He's a freak of nature. But listen, he's had two serious injuries, one in college that held him out for quite a few games. And then I probably would have never worn Nike again since my foot went out the side of him in the game. But that tells you the power that he has to bust through shoes like that.
So did Greg Oden.
He didn't have that power to bust through shoes.
Well, maybe not that, but
he didn't even jump to bust
that power,
through no damn shoes.
He had that power, though.
I mean, he had power. I mean, what 7 foot, 200 and
I don't know if
75 person
if you're too big for your body, it's not your fault. It's just you're too big for your body.
Maybe he had the under Benjamin Button grown ass face man disease. I don't know.
Wow.
Can't talk about alumni like that. But anyway, I think there's something there that you have to nurture. I mean, you got the talent. You have a talented team. They're all young. You have time to get him right. My point is, if you have to teach a person how to re-walk and run to protect their knees, there's something to be looked in about that.
Right. I agree with that. Yeah.
Just a tip.
Just the tip, folks. There's your first. Just the tip.
Just a tip. Just a saying. You know what I mean? I think they're downplaying that. I think the media is downplaying, or the sports talk are downplaying that. They're teaching him to re-walk so it takes away the pressure off his knees. There you go.
I think it's done.
There you go. I mean, I think you're going to get his contract. And
You
I think
sure
that's about
as shit
it.
didn't swipe left on this?
Yeah, swipe left. I said I wanted to swipe
Oh, okay. See, I went like it. I was like, all right.
Wanted to swipe left.
All right, next up
But
on
John
the docket.
Wayne Buzzard wanted to talk about damn
Well,
Zion.
I guess John Wayne should have showed up here. So
I was watching the watch party. It wasn't showing polls. I'm an idiot. I know this. Why are you an idiot, John?
Because he's not here at Royal Blue Sports Bar.
Oh, John's dealing with some stuff that's just out ridiculous. Some
Well,
of the crazy. I'll tell you about it later.
Okay.
It's nutball.
It's still ridiculous that
Yeah.
you're not here,
Yeah.
sir.
Because you can have a drink, you and your fiance.
Fiancé.
You can have a
Fiancé.
you can have a cerveza. Your fiance can have a spritzer. She can have a White Claw.
Wow.
I know she's watching. She's gonna cuss me.
Wow.
But that's it for Zion. Okay. Let's jump into love. Since we in NBA, nope, I'm gonna come back to that because I do want to spend a little time on them.
Fighting.
Aha. Let's. Well, Butler was looking pretty good for a while.
Man.
After a 15-1 start, they were, I think, got as high as 5th.
Yeah,
in
they
the
were up to
country.
5th.
And so
played
they've
Seton
lost
Hall.
3 straight.
They lost to Seton Hall, which Seton Hall's a good team.
Mhm.
They lost to DePaul, which was very shocking.
Which is my buddies, Shabaka and Imhotep Lance.
Yep.
Their nephew plays for
Gotcha.
DePaul. He
Okay.
transferred from Illinois
Okay.
and went over to DePaul. He
All right.
was a part of that. So,
Cool.
yeah, that was pretty
All
good.
right.
It was nice to see that. Some Indiana everywhere, bro.
Well, then who they just? Oh, Villanova.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They had
Tough
a lead
Villanova
in that
team.
one,
Yeah,
too.
they did.
Yeah.
And Villanova just kept getting. They got back, and then it was just like step by step. They kept getting a little farther away to put Butler out.
Right. So, I mean, it was a really good game. I still think Butler is, at the moment, is still at least a 3 seed. But they play in the Big East. The Big East is tough.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, it's a traditional tough team. You know, you got your Seton Halls, your Georgetowns, your Villanovas. So there's who else is in there? Xavier, I think, is the Big East
Xavier's
now.
in there.
So it's a really tough league.
It is.
So, but they have an opportunity to stay up. You know what I mean? Because it's a good team. Lavelle's got a good team.
He does.
So, and I like that it's Rick Smith's boy is over there for his graduation year.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
He's rolling over there.
I think they're going to be a tough out. I mean, I
think
feel
so.
that they should probably be one of the 3 teams that could contend for that Big East regular season title,
Yeah.
the tournament title, and play for a 2 or a 3 seed.
I mean, I can see them being I can see them losing enough to drop to a 4 seed, just because of being in the conference they're in.
Right.
But I can also see them coming out and being a 2 seed because of the conference they're in and actually going farther in the after the conference tournament and then all that. I think they could make a good run.
Right. I think they could. So, I mean, I don't see anything past them. I mean, some good hard-nosed kids. They play the right way. Nice young coach. Probably going to be there for a while.
Right.
I mean, Butler seems like they like the program, so I think they'll be pretty good. They got a new dog. They had a new dog
you were
born.
telling me
so,
that. I
yeah,
didn't see that.
I call it New Blue.
New Blue.
But sticking with that college, John again. He's been on the road today.
What's he doing?
He was asking about the Big Ten. You know, with the Big Ten being a really, I think the Big Ten is the best conference in college basketball
They're
right
deep.
now.
They're deep.
The Big East fighting a little bit for that, but the Big Ten right now, you have 10 good teams out of 13 teams now in the Big
14.
Ten? 14?
14.
So you got some really good teams.
You got Nebraska, who sucks.
Yeah, so you
You
got
have
Nebraska, Northwestern,
Northwestern.
and Indiana. I think were the 3 that have not been ranked this year.
correct. Well, now see, I could have sworn that
I thought
was
IU
ranked
got
in the
wrapped-
preseason or something.
No, they weren't ranked in the preseason.
They were ranked at like 24th.
I
or
think they
something.
got, but I
You
want to
see
know
how
if we
she
were.
missed it that time?
Yeah, I want to know if that was.
Now she's really wanting to kick it.
I know the women have been ranked all year, so I don't want to know if you saw the women and thought it was
Yes.
the men.
No. But I did see that. No, because I thought
they might have got like the 24.
I could have sworn they were at 24 at one time.
I don't know.
Josh, was IU ranked this year? At one time they were like 24th, right? No, basketball. Okay,
No,
there
right.
You go.
So yeah. So John, you are correct.
There's that answer. Guess we should have went to him first.
Right. So, but the Big Ten is looking pretty good. I think there are about 6 teams as of right now that are secure tournament teams, but there's a couple teams that are playing their way the wrong way.
Yep.
And Michigan
Purdue.
is one of them. Michigan is one of them. You know, you weren't
wasn't gonna
really
say nothing. I'll let you.
You really weren't expected at the beginning of the year to be. I think they were picked preseason picked like 5th or 6th in the Big Ten.
Okay.
So it wasn't expected for them to be like all that good,
I'm not meaning
but good.
to nudge you on your knee.
Oh,
I'm
you're
really
good.
not. Okay.
And they weren't expected to be like great, but decent. So the early success with Juwan Howard coming there, you know, with the jump from being unranked to 4th,
Right.
you know, that was pretty significant.
I think that was too much too quick for them.
Too much too quick, you know. And so from that point, they've lost more than they've won. Plus the injury, the groin injury to Isaiah Livers,
That didn't help
hurt,
at all.
That hurt a lot.
Yeah, it didn't help at all.
You know, I mean, a couple other guys are stepping up, but this is the team that I kind of expected.
Right.
A team to win some games, compete some games, but be kind of middle of the pack, maybe get a 10, 11 seed and make the tournament. But that's starting to show now because they're steady going backwards. Now they're not ranked. You know what I mean? 4 weeks ago, you were 4th in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're not ranked. You know what I mean? I think Juwan's doing a good job, but right now I still think they're in because of the high-level wins that they had early in the year. The North Carolina win is starting to look pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean, you ain't seen me in my Carolina blue yet, so I'm just trying to stay quiet because this is not their year.
And Maryland, I agree with you. Maryland was supposed to be a title contender. Not seeing it.
No.
Even though their scouts at every game looking at their big guy. The big guy is nice. He's going to the league. He's a top 10 pick.
He is.
He's a top 10 pick.
I'll definitely give you that.
So Ohio State is going the wrong way. You know, that's another team that's early success in the year, and now we hit conference plays are starting to go the other way. Mm-hmm. Conference is a killer for a lot of programs. You know what I mean? You look real good non-conference because you're playing, you know, athletes, athletic of Northwest University's coalition.
Something like that, right?
You know what I'm saying? So
they can't even put enough letters together to inebriate the name.
Right. So then when you hit conference
abbreviate, not inebriate. Wow.
So when you hit conference play, you play in these teams twice a season, and they're familiar with your program and your players and how you do things because you've been doing the same thing for, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons. Right. So it gets a little tougher in conference. You know what I mean? So
yes,
I don't know. I still think that the Big Ten should probably get about 5 to 6 teams, but the Big Ten might be NIT loaded too. You know what I mean? I could see them sending 3 or 4 teams to NIT.
I can see the NIT being loaded, period.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a done deal. The NIT is going to have all your powerhouses of the last year in the NIT if they accept it.
Yeah.
If not, you're going to see a very, very low, quote-unquote, low quality but very good basketball, I think. You know what I'm saying by that?
Sometimes the low quality, so to speak, I get what you're saying.
Better basketball.
I get what you're saying about low quality, for lack of a better word. Low quality as in overall individual talent. But you're going to get a good played game.
Right. Yep, I agree. So let's get to the Rumble in the Jungle at Kansas last night.
Well, terrible, but my question for that is, bro, what was you gonna do with the damn chair?
Yeah, he looked like he was mankind.
What was you gonna do with the damn chair?
I'm gonna tell you right now, and I don't know how you feel. We haven't asked each other our opinions on this and on the other and everything, but I want to know how you feel about this situation, and then I'll go.
As in
but
what?
But before that, let's give a shout-out to Royal Blue Sports Bar, 8201 East Washington Street in Indianapolis. The lovely bartender / GM, Megan, is here, slinging the drinks, putting the food on the bar, and I'm taking a shot.
She's climbing the ladder.
Climbs the ladder, folks. All right. What is the one's perspective of
John, I don't think the Big Ten gets
night?
9 teams.
No.
Don't think the Big Ten gets 9
7.
teams. But
7.
One, I thought it was Bush League. One, I thought it was unnecessary. One, I thought it's a black eye for college basketball. That's already have, darkened eyes for one on the basketball side of things. One of the things I did not really like about it was the fact that the area that you decide that you want to get hostile in is the area set aside for disabled persons who wanted to watch the game. That's where they sit. That was their area.
Okay. I didn't know that part.
So you go in there all flailing legs and fists and arms and elbows with all these people who have trouble taking care of physical things and they can't defend themselves. So here they are at a moment of, whatever. So I have a problem with that. 2, again, what are you doing with the damn chair?
I mean, do you think that kid should still be in school?
He will be for the simple fact that he never swung the chair. The chair was grabbed by a coach. He's like, chair. But if you look at it, he held the chair a minute before he got grabbed. It was like, I want to hit somebody with this chair. It's probably not going to be a good idea.
And then it gets grabbed.
Hey, thanks, coach, for taking that chair for me. But there's going to be a lot to come out of that. Some suspensions. You have people leave the bench. You have one gentleman who wasn't even dressed. That was sitting on the bench.
Left the bench.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot to come out of that. I think it was a bad thing. But coming from on the court side of it, all right. So people get mad at teams that are up. You got the game won. You got 30 seconds left in the game, and you're still throwing, 50-yard bombs, or you're still trying to shoot threes or, throw lobs or whatever instead of just dribbling the ball out. People get angry about those type of things. We had Damon Leonard do that last season.
Yep.
Get upset with somebody, the game is over. Why are you shooting that? I don't care if you was at the half-court line. Why are you shooting it?
You got like Lance Stevenson who steals the ball and goes down and dunks.
Same situation here. There was the same exact situation here. The game, Kansas State is got your ass wet.
Yep.
Kansas is dribbling the ball out, trying to run their 4 corners, sitting over here. There's 8 seconds left. Just trying to dribble the ball out. Here you go, trying to get you a highlight moment or whatever moment. Right. And you go steal the ball, so I have no problem with the dude coming down and swatting your shit
to
the
next
freaking week.
Thing on that.
But where, like the wife said, where all his credibility went away is when he went and stood over him.
Yep.
You can go pump your chest at the goalpost or, frill to the crowd or whatever.
Right.
But when you go Scottie Pippen, Patrick Ewing, this cat, what do you think is going to happen? So whatever stance that you had is gone with me on that standpoint.
Okay. What about – okay. So the ass is just going to give you a tip. Just a tip.
Just a tip.
From the ass. Did not sound good, but we're going to roll with it. Okay.
Rolling.
You can't hit a shot, Michigan.
God.
All right.
Here's one.
Here's what I'm going to say. For anybody that's listening, this is the problem with why these kids in athletics in college think that they can just do whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want, with no ramifications, because people have allowed it. You don't allow that shit. What was you just saying earlier? If you don't allow that shit, it won't happen. Period. Nobody should have been allowed to. I mean, if you get up off this bench and you go on this court, you're done. You lose your scholarship. You lose everything that you have at this university. You have to teach these young kids the responsibility of their actions. We've all done it, but that's how we all was taught. Stay with that.
Yeah, I think putting them out, losing their scholarship is a bit severe.
You left the bench and you went and got in a fight in the stands where you're saying was the disabled
right.
area.
I agree there should be a punishment, a penalty.
Done.
There should be games done, but losing your scholarship, no, because you don't lose your contract in,
so if
in
okay,
the league.
let's just say if you're a senior, okay? You're a senior, you don't have any more eligibility to play after this year. Do you think that it's fair for them to be suspended for 5 games, or do you think that their season should be done?
I mean, I look at it, I go game by game. You know what I mean? What's the penalty for excuse me, what's the penalty for leaving the bench? It's normally 2 to 3 games. What's the penalty for throwing the punch? It's normally 2 to 3 games. So if you got this gentleman who leaves the bench, there's your automatic 2 to 3 games. If he throws a punch, there's your automatic 2 to 3 games.
Okay, so there's 6 games. Is there no ramifications for going into the stands?
I mean, ramifications going into the stands.
Provoking it is one thing. You get, in my opinion, you should get extra for provoking it.
But
by
going
standing over him and doing what you did.
All of that's going to be a factor in it. You know what I mean? The base is going to be your 2 to 3 games. From that, they make their, well, you had this and this and this. Well, you get an extra game. You know what I mean? They can suspend them for the rest of the season. That's fine with me. Taking away the scholarship, that's a bit much. Because, one, they are kids. And this is the time of year where you're allowed, quote, unquote, you're allowed to make those last bonehead, childish mistakes.
Okay, so maybe the scholarship taken away is maybe a little too much. But you believe and agree with me that they should not be on the basketball court again for the remainder of the year.
Some of them, yes.
I'm not saying every one of them.
Yeah.
I'm saying there is a select few that should not see the court again this season.
I have no problem with that.
Regardless if they're a senior, regardless if they were top-end draft picks or whatever.
Right.
They should not see any more of this season.
Right.
Okay.
Just depends. I mean, it's obviously specific player, how you break that down, as in how you would do it, with the NBA or whatever, NFL, when they do it as well. I think you do the same thing. You break it down to each specific player on what their role was in that situation. Okay, so you were a peacemaker, but you came off the bench. That's against the rules. So you're a peacemaker, so instead of getting 3 games, we'll give you 2.
I mean, I
can
see that.
Type of thing. The dude who that was already not dressed, him, you might be done for the season. Because, you were all up in it, and you were not even playing in the first place.
Right.
So, yeah, we can probably go ahead and let you hang out. You know what I mean? You need to concentrate on your classes. That's probably why you wasn't dressed anyway.
Hey, you guys are down 10.
Yeah.
All right.
But anyway. All right, so NBA. Jump back to the NBA.
Yep.
No. Stay in college.
Okay.
I want to know what the details are with Walter McCarty.
I do want to know that, too. I wish you knew it.
Because all they said was violation of the Title IX is what I got.
And explain to everybody listening what the Title IX is.
The Title IX is women have the right to work, without sexual or any type of discrimination or anything like that. So if they're stating the Title IX deal, so I'm looking at that it wasn't anything with a student.
I can see that. Yeah.
So I'm thinking he was being improper to maybe another staff or, someone not a student that's involved with the university.
I'm just going to put it flat out like this. I didn't read anything about it. I heard about it. I saw what you posted on the page.
And that's it.
And that's all I saw.
That's it. I haven't
So
heard
don't
anything
know
else about it.
I don't know what the real deal is with it. I have no clue. I am not going to say it. All I'm going to say is it's very easy to get caught up in something like that nowadays, and you shouldn't even put yourself in a position. But
That's
don't
the key.
know. I know. You don't put yourself in a position. But I don't know what the deal is behind it, so I don't really have any opinion on it.
Right. So that's all I have to say about it. You know what I mean? I don't know, and I keep saying that I don't know details. I kind of followed it on Twitter. I've kind of searched for it a little bit on a couple other sites, but I haven't got anything other than the Title IX and sexual misconduct, and that they hired a coach like hours later. So
Right.
I don't know. So that's that.
All right.
NBA. You have on the proper hat for right now. And I'm saying that because people here in Indiana aren't giving their own team the respect that they deserve.
Nothing.
So the Indiana Pacers right now sit in the 6th spot
Yep.
in the East.
But they're only 2.5 games out of second.
My point.
Yeah.
28. They're 28 and 16.
Mm-hmm.
You're 10.5 games out of first. Obviously, no one's catching Milwaukee.
No.
But you're 2.5 games
out
of second place in the East.
With 5 teams.
And your star has not touched the floor yet.
Quote, unquote, star.
So why are we still not giving the Pacers the due that they deserve?
Because everybody hates so much on Miles Turner.
Okay, Miles Turner is, what was he? I think he's 6th in block shots. His defensive efficiency.
I'm not agreeing with these people
He's in the top 5
that
of
say,
defensive consistency for being.
Yeah, I'm not agreeing with these people that say get rid of him and trade him and do all this other shit. Keep Miles Turner. Miles Turner is a good player. Just wait. Chill out.
Yeah,
calm down.
And
back your bus up. Pump your brakes.
For our buddy
do
Howdy,
all that.
in the great words of Danica Patrick's boyfriend.
Relax. Relax.
Notice I said Danica Patrick's boyfriend, not
Aaron.
But anyway, relax. The same situation with Jacoby Brissett. Relax, people.
Yeah, don't go jump. If you're a Colts fan, don't go jumping into a quarterback.
Relax. The guy's a good anchor. He's averaging about.
Why are we going to football again?
He's averaging about He's averaging about 2.5 blocks a game.
You're confusing me.
You know, I got people who argue with me about his blocks. Well, he blocks about 3 blocks a game, 2.5, 3 blocks a game. But the blocks don't create fast breaks.
Right.
But the blocks stop
the
points.
Exactly.
If I block the shot, it is not my job to get the ball too.
Right. I stopped it.
I
stopped it. What are you doing? Right.
I'm doing my defensive job.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree wholeheartedly.
Hey, listen, you got 3 guys on that team that are all-stars. Well, you got 2 guys on that team that are all-stars. You got Brogdon and you got Sabonis. Sabonis is going to be all-star. Sabonis is, I think he's 11th in rebounding.
He's up there.
So I think he's in the top 10 of rebounding because he's about 12 and a half. He's about 13 rebounds a game.
So is your boy Howard wearing a T-shirt under his blazer?
No, it's the shoe cancer coach thing.
Okay. Gotcha. Sorry. I just saw that. I'm like, what are you trying to do there?
Nah,
Anyway,
because the other coach has got tennis shoes on too. It's one of those cancer nights.
Okay.
So, I mean, you got Brogdon, who's 10th in the league in assists. Sabonis, who I think is 6th in the league in rebounding. Miles Turner, who's 6th in the league in block shots. So there's your defense. There's your passing. And then your bench is solid. So you got the Holiday brothers coming off. Aaron's having he's getting the introduction to the league that he needs. He's got good point guards in front of him that'll teach him how to play the game. They've been hurt. Rotations have been hurt, so he's gotten in. He's gotten the touches. He's gotten the shots. He knows how to find his shots. He knows how to find shots for others. Justin Holiday, excellent on defense.
Right.
Hitting the open three. You know what I mean? These guys are getting it in.
Right on, guys.
How
Appreciate you coming out.
Right on, fellas. So how can
he said sorry about Michigan?
Yeah.
Oh,
hey, I'm waiting.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Where's Waldo?
I'm just going for baseball season. I'm waiting for baseball season. Moving on to wrestling and baseball season.
Yes, please.
So,
yeah.
Pacers, yes. So I don't know why they keep overlooking them. The wife's like, no one ever talks about the Pacers. Well,
nobody cares to, and it's like, why?
EBA TV, they've been talking about the Pacers a lot. They've been talked about. So I know we got Victor coming back. And the only thing I worry about right now with Victor coming back is the chemistry. Not the chemistry of the team, but the chemistry on the floor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These guys have played well together, and they've built a 8-man rotation. You know what I mean? You got T.J. McConnell, who's playing, I think, the best basketball I've ever seen him play.
He's on it.
You know what I mean? He's playing ball. T.J. Warren has had a resurgence of his career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jeremy Lamb, for the most part, is doing okay. Every once in a while, we'll get a Charlotte Hornet, Jeremy Lamb. But he's been playing well. McDermott is stroking the ball outstanding. I mean, these guys is good. You bring Victor back. If the chemistry on the floor flows like it should, man, these guys, I mean, they can finish almost in the second place in the East.
That's what I was thinking. With if everything goes the way it should, and I know we're cutting out of time here, but if everything goes the way it should, I think I agree wholeheartedly with you. They can make the jump from 6th to 2nd and get home court advantage through 2 series.
Bro, they're going to 5-game winning streak. They're in second place.
Boom. Here's the one.
I am
the ass.
You are.
This is Black and White Sports Live every Wednesday night. Thank you for Royal Blue Sports Bar for hosting us past 2 weeks. And we will look into – damn, that was turned the whole time. Don't know what that was. And we will hope to see you guys back here next week. Check us out, BWSPORTS1.com. Subscribe to the newsletter, and you will be – all the subscribers to the newsletter will be put in a drawing for a T-shirt. Swag, baby, swag. And got to throw it out. The Monsters of Dirt – let me raise it up. They're running right now. They're going live for the Checkers and Wreckers Pro Late Model All-Star Race. So check them out. iRacing, monstersofdirt.com, BWSPORTS1.com, and we will see you next week. And as always, Damon, what do?
We keep it sporty, Indy.
Pew, pew.
Deuces. Hit the button. He's got to pee.
Scallywag. No, I'm good.